One question I always sit around, I always ask my friends or people I'm with, I just find where I be in the store or buying stuff or at a restaurant or whatever, and I'm waiting and I'm talking to people. We're getting a keyed up conversation about my favorite subject is how do you start from the beginning in making livable money online? A lot of people say, well, I would just invest. Well, I'll just get a website and put some products on there. That's what I hear. All this stuff. Which, they're not wrong. They're not wrong at all. So, what I'm asking is the reality of it is, once you start digging deep into it, it starts to get a little complicated. And so the best way I'm looking at this is start off with stuff that's going to make you money. Because there's things you do that can prepare you to make money, and there's things you're doing that actually make money. Like preparing for money is like making a website, or finding somebody to make a website, or getting your emails set up properly. Those are things that's setting up. The stuff that makes the money is actually the ad, the sales page, the consideration page where you're asking somebody to consider your offer, which is very important, by the way, anyway, the consideration page. All them pages are important because the human brain accepts information a certain way. And if you build your stuff in that way, people will recognize and see what you're selling. Most especially if the product is good. But the people making the most money are making probably one of the worst products on the planet. And the people know they're bad and they still go to them. McDonald's, perfect example. They make the worst products, but yet they're making the most money because they have the best sales. And they got a system set up for their stuff to run a certain way too. But regardless, it still sells. Because any company that's making money is going to spend 20% of their money on sales. So what I'm trying to tell you here at this place here is, you learn this stuff, then you can go sell anything. Because best believe we don't all sell it. We're not going to all want to sell the same thing all the time. We want to sell different things. Like, okay, you might be selling socks, right? You might be tired of selling socks, or you built the business so good that you can just come in and check in on it from time to time. Check in on the manager, the leaders, supervisors, employees. Make sure things running okay. And then you might want to start another business. But since you already understand the process, you can do it. And that's the whole point. You can do it since you understand the process. A lot of people know that this process exists, but they do not use it, or they don't use it properly. Because when you first use it properly, it's going to look like a bunch of work. It's going to look crazy. But at some point, you will start to understand it. And that's the whole entire point. Because once you understand it, then you can hire somebody in each of these processes, and it'll make your life a lot more simpler. So I'm saying is, if you're interested in finding a way to make more money online and develop it so that you can make money while you sleep, this is the way to do it. I would like to show it to you. If you're interested, click the button below. Because everybody's using the same process, because you have to have a process that actually gets new people, and a process that talks to all the people, and a process that sells them stuff, and a thank you page or a loyalty page that keeps them coming around. So what I'm saying is that your whole entire funnel has to be able to attract new people, talk to your old people, and actually keep the people coming back. But do this 24 hours a day. you know. And now with AI, it's still easier, but AI does not change the process. Process is still the same. You know, you can have all the AI tools you want in the world. This process still remains the same. You know, by the way, a funnel is just attracting people you don't know and turn them into loyal customers. And a funnel is any steps you set up that you want to perform this process. You know, and this is so important. And if you already understand this stuff, you know, I guess you're just listening for the fun of it. I don't know. But if you don't understand it, please keep listening, you know, because this is the gut of all businesses. You know, the funnel stuff goes all the way back to the first time somebody started selling stuff. It wasn't called a funnel. It was just called a process of selling items to people. You know, now we have a process that we can set this to make this happen. And a lot of people pass this up and ignore it. I'm serious. I'll go to a food truck and I'll ask them, how many emails are you collecting? None. So emails is one of the greatest ways you can get to know your customers. You can talk to them, ask them questions, and they will answer you. And with emails, you can do that, you know, along with their phone number. And that's what I'm saying, because that's why emails are just so powerful. Because let's say the money's in the list. You know, one of the reasons Elon Musk bought Twitter is because he was able to have a fat list already, and he got a big voice now because everybody's listening to it. You know, because he has enough money, he could have somebody build that for him. But to build that many people on that list, that as many people as Twitter got, it's going to take a few years to get that. Why not just buy the whole thing at one time? The list process already built everything. So the same thing is here. This whole funnel that you make is going to be able to suck in new people and keep the old ones, and be able to talk to them both as many times as you want to. You might send an email once every 3 days. You know, you might send an email about a newsletter, about what's going on. You might send an email about a new product coming up. You know, you might send an email about the product they just bought has been new and improved, or whatever. What I'm trying to say is, it's easier to keep an old customer than it is to get a new one. And the thing about it, once you set this thing up, you know it's right. And once you understand it, you will start seeing the process everywhere. And you'll know how to set up yours. Because the process is so manipulative that you can see somebody's process and you can duplicate their process into yours. One of Pablo Picasso's great sayings was, good artists copy, great artists steal. Now, what I mean by that? Look at when McDonald's came out. Here come Burger King. They just stole the whole process. I mean, they of course have a different hamburger, different flavor, but the process, the systems and everything. They both have universities. They have McDonald's University. They have Burger King University. And that stuff is so powerful because the university is not about burgers. It's about the process to keep it going. If you buy a hamburger from McDonald's or Burger King in Oregon, in Portland, Oregon, and then you went over to the whole other side of the United States and you buy the hamburger in Portland, Maine, it would taste the same. Cooked by entirely different people. And it can be any race of people. They can have a bunch of Asians working at McDonald's. Still be the same hamburger, same process. That takes knowledge and intelligence and a thought to really make that happen. They did it. A lot of people don't get to that level. You know, you go to a restaurant, you eat one day, it's different. It's not the same. You eat one day, it tastes this way. The other day, it tastes another way. So I'm saying is, if you are interested in learning this process, what I'm trying to tell you is going to be used over and over and over again, and you will end up. You can use this process to make money, to get a group of people together, to find out things of more understanding about whatever you want, a product, a service, or whatever you want, to figure out how it runs better. You know what I'm saying? And with this whole entire process wrapped in AI, you'll be unstoppable. Most especially with all the people on the planet. If we're on a planet with billions of people, right? I literally can't count it. I literally can't prove it, right? I see the moon, but I really can't prove it because I haven't been there. Whatever. So what I'm saying to you is, if there's a billion people on the planet, that means that there's at least, at minimal, 1 million people that are looking to talk to you. They just can't find you. They can't. You know, if they could find you, imagine you find 1 million people that talk your language, you're all in the same room. That would be crazy. That would. But it exists. That's what I'm saying. But with this setup, you have the ability to go find those people. They're looking for you and you're looking for them. You know? And so, this is so important. This is the gut of people making billions of dollars, millions of dollars, or somebody very first making their first 6 figures is going to come from understanding this process. You know, if you're interested in learning and changing your ways, and because with this here, if something isn't going right, this will tell you. It has bells and whistles in it, like alarm systems, like, oh my God, my email list isn't working right now. It was working yesterday, it's not working today. Or it never worked. So I need to figure out how to make it work, period. And you got to, or your website. Nobody's going to my website. Why is anybody going to my website? Okay, let me go over here and look at somebody who's making the same exact website like I'm trying to make, and they got a bunch of people going in. And once you learn the stuff that I will show you, you'll be able to go to, you better find somebody's website, pull it up, and see how many people go to that website a month. You know what I'm saying? There's something you could do to prove that. So you make sure you follow the right person. Even somebody says, dude, it's the best website in the world. You're going to look on it, and it's only getting one person a month. It's not the best website in the world. The best website in the world is the one that's attracting people. A lot of people. You know? So, come on in. Check this process out. It's amazing. It's simple. And when I started this stuff, it was very hard, very complicated for me. Because I didn't come from a business background or a computer background, you know. And even after knowing this process, I still don't know much about computers. You know, I know enough to move stuff around, but not really that much. You know, I can look at a funnel or somebody who's trying to make money, like, okay, look, you have no lead magnet, or the lead magnet you're using doesn't match up with what you're selling. You know what I'm saying? There's all kind of things, you know. But so the thing is, you just got to get in the right mind frame and understand what you are missing to make it happen. You know, I'm telling you, a lot of people, and don't worry about it. A lot of people understand this process, but they're still not using it. You will know if you want to get in the game, and you're trying to make some money. It's only a few things to make money. That's producing that. That's putting out an ad and a sales page. The ad attracts people to the sales page where they pull out their credit card and give you money. People who don't know you. How do you get people who don't know you to pay you when you sleep? You know, that's going to be you putting out an ad, and that ad can be on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever's coming out new, whatever, right? And then you put a link in that ad, and that link sends them straight to the sales page that you are collecting money on. You see what I'm saying? So, an ad and a sales page are the two things that are actually making money. You know, the rest are setting up to do that. You know, but once you get it set up, you just got to make sure you put it in the right place. And if it doesn't, you just tweak that ad. You tweak the ad until it gets people. And if the ad is attracting people, but you're still not making a sale, then you got to tweak the sales page. You know. So come on in, check it out. Check this process out. It's going to make a lot of sense. I simplify it. I even put the process inside of a form, like a geometric form. That's for me to look at it. Hopefully it makes more sense to you. So come on in and check it out.